Hello students, welcome back to online class. Myself Jagdish Kumar Yadav, your computer teacher. Students, I hope you all are fine and keeping well during this pandemic. And I also hope that you must have completed your holiday homework and have spent your time in learning and revising the chapters. So students, so far we have completed the topics which are here. You can see unit 1 we have completed, introduction to computer system. Then in unit 2 also we have completed some of the topics. Unit 2, that is introduction to Python. In this we have completed the topic from this to control statement. So what are the topics which we have completed in unit 2? That is basics of Python programming, Python interpreter, interactive and script mode, the structure of a program, indentation, identifiers, keywords, constants, variables, types of operators, precedence of operators, data types, mutable and immutable data types, statements, expressions, evaluation and comments, input and output statement, data type conversion, debugging, and control statements if else. Up to this topic we have completed, and I hope you all have prepared your notebook also. Now our next topic will be for loop, control statement for loop. But today's video which I am just preparing, today's video is based on the previous topic only, that is control statement if else. It is a quick review. This video is a review of the previous topic, so that you can recapitulate what you had learned in the last video in the month of June. So students, kindly watch this video carefully and recapitulate yourself to remind or to revise the last topic, so that you can get ready for the next topic, that is for loop, and this will be prepared in the next video. Hello students, this is for class 11, subject informatics practices, topic control statements in Python. Students, in the last video you had learned about if statement and if else statement. Now today I am going to talk about if elif statement. It is just like that only, a little difference is there only. But before that I would like to give you a comparison between if statement and if else statement. As you can see the figure, the first figure is about if statement and the second figure is about if else statement. So now if we talk about the if statement, in if statement the condition is given, and when the condition becomes true, the body of if is executed, means execution takes place. But if the condition becomes false, then no execution takes place. That means no outcome is there and directly it comes out. But it is not same in the if else. It is just opposite in if else. In if else what happens, the condition is tested, that is test expression comes. When the condition becomes true, the body of if is executed, and when the condition becomes false, the body of else is executed. It means that in if statement only the execution will take place when the condition becomes true. But in if else statement the execution will take place in both the cases, whether condition is true or condition is false. If the condition is true, the body of if is executed, but if the condition is false, then body of else is executed. Now I think you have understood the comparison between the if and if else statement. Now we proceed for a program of if statement, based on if statement as here given, a program to accept 3 integers and print the largest of the 3. So first of all, before writing the code in Python, we will write pseudo code, algorithm of the program in our own language, a simple English language. So what is the pseudo code? First we have to input 3 numbers in the form of x, y, z. Then we have to assign the value of x in max. and then compare the second number. If second number y is more than max, then max assigns the value of y, means the value of y is assigned to max. First time x was assigned to max. Now if the condition becomes true, then value of y is assigned to max. And when if the third number z is more than max, then the value of z is assigned to max. Otherwise, either case the value of x has already been assigned to max. And finally the result is displayed as max. Display max as the largest number, means whichever is largest, that will be assigned to max, and then finally the greatest number or largest number is found. And now the same thing is represented through the flowchart, as here you can see in the next figure. The flowchart is made. Start, then we have given the input as x, y, z, 3 numbers. Then x has been assigned to max, and then condition is checked. If y greater than max, then max assigns y. Otherwise, if no, then it comes out and checks for another condition. That is, if z greater than max, then max assigns z. Otherwise, if no, then it comes out. And finally, the largest value is printed in the form of max. If second condition and first condition and second condition both becomes false, then already the value of x is there in max. But if any one becomes true, then that value will become the max, and finally the largest value is printed as max, and in last stop. So this is the flowchart. Like start, stop is given with this box, input is given with this box, process, that is data, is given with this box, and decision making with decision making box. So like this it is made. Now the code in Python for the same program. Now code is written in Python. So what is the code? X, y, z is equal to 0. X equal to y equal to z equal to 0. Means x, y and z all three are 0 first time. Now we are giving the input in x first number, then the input in y second number, then input in z third number. Now we have taken the value of x in max and then compare. If y greater than max, then max becomes y. If z greater than max, then max becomes z. And finally the largest number is printed as max. Now let us write this same code in Python. Open Python. We have opened Python. In Python, open the new file, and in the new file write the code. X equal to y equal to z equal to 0. Then input. First input x equal to, enter float, then write input, then enter the message, enter the first number, enter the first number, close, another bracket close. Now press enter key, then y equal to same thing, y equal to same thing, copy the same thing, Control C, Control V, and here only you have to write second number, enter the second number and press enter key. Then z equal to same thing, and here you have to change third number, enter the third number, press enter key. Now comparison. If first assign max equal to x. Now condition, if y is greater than max, colon sign, then max equal to y. Then second, if z is greater than max, colon sign, then max equal to z, enter key. Now finally print the result. Print the largest number is max. The same program is written. You can see the code. It is the same program here as here given. The same program we have written in the code. Now we have to save this. Save it. Suppose we save it as AA2. Save it and then press F5 to execute. Now it is executing and asking for the first number. Enter the first number. Suppose we have given first number as 11. Enter the second number as 23. Enter the third number as 44. Now let us see the result. It is giving the result. Largest number is 44 based on the program. Now if you want to execute again, check again, second execution. Once again, enter the first number, suppose 21. Second number, suppose 12. Third number, suppose 11. Now let us check. The largest number is 21. Now I think you have understood. Now let's proceed. So this is the program based on if statement. Now we proceed for the next if-elif statement. Sometimes you need to check another condition in case the condition of if evaluates to false. Means after if also condition is given. That is, you want to check a condition when control reaches else part. That is condition test in the form of else if. To understand this, you can consider this example like if runs are more than 100, then it is a century. Else if runs are more than 50, then it is a 50. Else batsman has neither scored a century nor 50. So here you can see there are many conditions, not only one condition. If one condition is given, then that is only if or if else. But when many conditions are given, then it is given with the help of if-elif statement like this, if and else if, and finally else is given. In last else is given. Like you can see the program here. The syntax is written like this. We write if, conditional expression, colon sign, the statement of if. Then we write another condition, elif, with the help of elif. Then conditional expression, colon sign, then statement of elif. And this way also we can write if, conditional expression, statement of if, elif, conditional expression, statement of elif, and finally else. If both the condition becomes false, then else will be executed, and then statement of else. Now the above mentioned example can be seen here. If runs greater than or equal to 100, then batsman scored a century. Elif runs greater than or equal to 50, then batsman scored a 50. Else batsman has neither scored century or nor 50. So this is the use of if-elif statement to check the multiple conditions. Now another program is given, like if num is less than 0, then print num is a negative number. Elif num equal to 0, then num is equal to 0. Else num is a positive number. Or another example you can see here, like sales greater than 30,000, then discount will be 18%. Sales greater than or equal to 20,000, then discount will be 15%. Sales greater than or equal to 10,000, then discount will be 10%. Otherwise, finally, discount will be 5% if the sales less than 10,000. That is otherwise. So all these conditions are given with the help of first condition is always given with the help of if statement. After that, all other conditions are given with the help of elif statement, and finally the last is given with the help of else. You can see here. Now here example is given. That is a program that reads two numbers and an arithmetic operator, and then display the compared result. Two numbers are given and the operator is given, whichever operator you have taken. If you have taken plus, then it will add. If you have taken minus, then it will subtract. If you have taken star, then it will multiply. If you have taken slash, then it will divide. If you have taken modulus, then it will find the remainder. Otherwise, if nothing is given, then invalid operator. Any other thing is given, then it will say invalid operator. and finally your result will be printed. So that's it for today. I think you have understood. Let us see this with an example. Another example we can see of ellipse based on ellipse. So in the same thing, like this one is there. Suppose we write here score. Okay, we delete all these things and just write score. Close, enter the score. We write here enter the score. Here we write integer int, and then here we write a condition: if x greater than or equal to 100, then print. What to print? You have scored a century. You have scored a century. Elif. Here we write elif. Elif x greater than or equal to 50. Then same thing, print you have scored a 50. You have scored a 50. Else, finally we will write else. Else print. Here we write print. Neither a century nor a 50, and finally close. Now save it and press F5. What is the syntax? Invalid. Sorry, here we will write this one. Yeah, like this. Else. Now it is correct. So now enter the score. Suppose we enter 98. So it will say that you have scored a 50. Now again if we execute, then asking, suppose we enter 102, then it will say you have scored century. So this is the use of if elif statement. So that's all for today. Thank you.